Evelyn Carter stepped onto the Horizon Airways flight in Atlanta, her gray blazer crisp, pearl earrings gleaming, expecting a quiet first-class ride to Phoenix at 72 years old. But Tara Mitchell, the flight attendant, sneered, "You don't belong here," shoving her toward economy despite empty seats. Evelyn, a retired judge, swallowed her rage, feeling stares burn her skin. Tara's smirk lingered as Evelyn sat, unaware this slight would shred her life. What storm brews when prejudice picks the wrong fight? Before we dive in, let us know where you're watching from. And if you stand for justice, hit like and subscribe for more stories that shake the system. Evelyn Carter sat wedged in the cramped middle seat of row 29, her tailored gray blazer now slightly rumpled, the faint scent of recycled air and stale peanuts clinging to her senses. To her left, a heavy-set businessman in a wrinkled polo snored, his elbow jabbing her ribs with every wheeze. To her right, a toddler squirmed in his mother's lap, smearing sticky apple juice on Evelyn's slacks. At 72, she'd faced worse than a downgrade from first class, but the sting of Tara Mitchell's words, "You don't belong here," burned hotter than the coffee she'd soon regret. Her pearl earrings caught the dim cabin light, a quiet reminder of her decades as a judge, presiding over courtrooms where prejudice often wore a subtler mask. This wasn't subtle. Tara's sneer had been a blade, public and personal, slicing through the thin veil of civility on this Horizon Airways flight from Atlanta to Phoenix. Evelyn's hands rested on her lap, fingers tracing the worn leather of her purse, her pulse steady but fierce. She wouldn't shrink, not for Tara, not for anyone. Her eyes flicked to the window where clouds churned 35,000 feet. Below, a storm mirroring the one brewing inside her. She pulled out her phone, its screen glowing softly, and tapped a message to her son, Nathan Carter, the CEO of Horizon Airways. "Flight attendant Tara Mitchell forced me to economy, first class empty. Fix this." She hit send, the words vanishing into the digital void, a lifeline to justice she trusted Nathan would seize. Her son, 45, sharp as a whip and relentless, wouldn't let this slide. Evelyn leaned back, her head brushing the stiff seat cushion, and waited, her resolve hardening like steel in a forge. The plane hummed along, its engines a low growl, but the cabin felt alive with whispers. Passengers craned their necks, some staring at Evelyn, others murmuring about the scene at boarding. She caught fragments, entitled "Old Lady," probably a mistake, and felt the weight of their assumptions settle on her skin. Her black skin, her age, her elegance, all twisted into something unworthy in their eyes, just as Tara had intended. Evelyn's jaw tightened, but she kept her face smooth, a practiced mask from years of navigating rooms that wanted her silent. She wouldn't give them the satisfaction of a flinch. Minutes ticked by, the toddler's wails rising and falling, like a siren. Evelyn adjusted her purse, her burns from Tara's incoming attack still a distant threat, her focus on the now. Then came the click of heels, sharp and deliberate, slicing through the cabin's drone. Tara Mitchell strutted down the aisle, her blonde hair pulled into a tight bun, her navy uniform crisp, her name tag glinting like a badge of authority. At 30-something, she moved with the confidence of someone used to winning, her blue eyes scanning the rows until they locked on Evelyn. A smirk curled her lips, thin and venomous, as she paused at row 29, her tray balanced with steaming coffee cups. Evelyn met her gaze, unflinching, her judge's stare cutting through Tara's bravado. The air crackled between them, a silent challenge neither would voice. Tara leaned forward, her voice low but loud enough for nearby ears. "Need anything back here?" she asked, her tone dripping with mockery. "Or are you settled in your proper place now?" The word proper landed like a slap, and Evelyn's fingers twitched, itching to respond. Instead, she kept her voice even, her words measured as if addressing a courtroom. "I paid for first class," she said. "I'd like to know why I'm here." Tara's smirk widened, her eyes glinting with something darker than amusement. "Oh, honey," she said, "things change. Budget cuts, you know. Stay put and don't make a fuss." The condescension was a spark, and Evelyn felt the fire catch. She wasn't some rookie to be bullied. "I'm not your honey," she said, her tone sharp. "Now and I won't be dismissed." A few passengers gasped, heads turning. The businessman stirred, blinking awake. The toddler's mother clutched her child tighter, eyes wide. Tara's face stiffened, her grip on the tray tightening, but before she could retort, her elbow jerked, sudden and suspicious. A cup of scalding coffee tipped, splashing across Evelyn's lap in a searing wave. Pain shot through her thighs, the heat soaking her slacks, burning her skin raw. She gasped, jolting upright, her purse tumbling to the floor. The cabin buzzed, passengers whispering, some leaning forward, others looking away. Tara's hands flew to her chest, her voice pitching high with fake shock. "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," she cried. "Total accident, I swear." But her eyes betrayed, her flickering with glee, a predator savoring the kill. Evelyn gritted her teeth, the burns throbbing, her skin screaming, but she wouldn't scream. Not for Tara. Not ever. Her hands trembled as she grabbed napkins from her purse, dabbing the soaked fabric, her blazer now stained, her dignity under siege. "This wasn't an accident," she said, her voice low, razor sharp. "You did that on purpose." Tara's smirk twitched, her innocence cracking for a split second before she doubled down. "Purpose?" she scoffed, loud enough for the rouse to hear. "Lady, I'm just doing my job. Maybe you shouldn't be so clumsy next time." The lie was bold, and the cabin ate it up. A man 2 rows back muttered, "Always causing trouble." A woman nearby nodded. They think they own the place. Evelyn's nails dug into her palms, the racist undertow pulling at her. But she stayed composed, her burns a badge of Tara's cruelty. She reached for her phone, her fingers steady despite the pain, and hit record, the red dot blinking like a beacon. "Apologize," she said, her voice carrying the weight of a gavel. "Now." Tara froze, her smirk faltering, then laughed, a sharp, brittle sound. "Apologize," she mocked. "For what? You being out of place?" Her voice dropped, a hiss meant for Evelyn alone. "First class isn't for people like you." The slur landed like a punch, raw and unfiltered, and Evelyn's recording caught every syllable. Passengers gasped louder now, some shaking their heads, others filming with their phones. A young woman across the aisle, her braids tied with red beads, nodded at Evelyn, her eyes fierce with solidarity. An older man in a baseball cap grunted, "About time someone called it out." Evelyn's heart pounded, not from pain but from power. She had evidence, a weapon Tara couldn't dodge. Her thumb tapped share, and the video uploaded mid-flight, the shaky footage of Tara's venom spreading to thousands online within minutes. Hashtags flared. Racist flight crew. Justice on horizon. And Evelyn felt a surge of triumph, her burn still searing but her spirit alight. She'd exposed Tara, turned the cabin's whispers into a roar. The toddler's mother offered her a wet wipe, a small kindness, and Evelyn took it, her lips curving faintly. She texted Nathan again, posted video. "It's viral. Handle her." The plane cruised on, the clouds outside now tinged with dusk, and Evelyn leaned back, her thighs pulsing, her phone buzzing with notifications. She thought she'd won, thought the world would see Tara for what she was. Her fingers brushed the pearls at her ears, a habit from courtrooms where truth sometimes prevailed. But Tara wasn't done. The click of heels returned, slower this time, deliberate. Evelyn looked up, and there was Tara, her tray gone, her face a mask of calm fury. She leaned down, her breath hot against Evelyn's cheek. "You think you're smart," she whispered, her voice a venom-laced promise. "No one cares about your little video." Before Evelyn could react, a hand shot out from the row behind. A passenger in a hoodie, his face shadowed, snatching her phone from her lap. He swiped fast, his fingers a blur, and deleted the video, the red dot vanishing. He tossed it back, the device landing hard in Evelyn's hands. Tara straightened, her smirk reborn, wider, crueler. "No proof now," she said, loud enough for the cabin to hear. "Good luck, Judge." The cabin fell silent, the whispers dying, the solidarity crumbling. The young woman with braids looked away, her courage faltering. The businessman snorted, back to his nap. Evelyn stared at her phone, the empty gallery a void where her victory had been. Her burns throbbed, her slacks clung wet, and Tara's laugh echoed as she strutted back to first class, her bun bobbing like a taunt. Evelyn's fingers tightened around her purse, her pulse racing, not with fear, but with rage. Tara thought she'd buried her, thought a deleted video was checkmate. She was wrong. Evelyn's eyes burned, her judge's mind already plotting, her defiance a flame no coffee could douse. This wasn't over. It was just the beginning. Evelyn Carter sat in the cramped economy seat, her thighs still stinging from the scalding coffee Tara Mitchell had accidentally spilled. Her gray blazer now blotched with stains, her pearl earrings a faint anchor to her dignity. The Horizon Airways flight droned on, 35,000 feet above the earth, the cabin air thick with recycled tension and the faint whiff of reheated chicken. Her phone lay heavy in her lap, its gallery empty, the video of Tara's racist slur erased by a stranger's betrayal. The businessman to her left snored louder, oblivious, while the toddler to her right gnawed a soggy cracker, his mother distracted by a flickering seatback screen. Evelyn's pulse thrummed, not with defeat but with a judge's clarity, honed over decades of facing down lies in courtrooms. Tara thought she'd won, thought a deleted video could silence her. Evelyn's fingers grazed her purse, her resolve, a quiet fire, burning hotter than her blistered skin. She wouldn't let this stand. Her eyes flicked to the aisle where Tara had vanished into first class, her smug laugh still echoing in Evelyn's mind. The young woman with red beaded braids across the aisle glanced over, her gaze a mix of pity and fear. But she said nothing, her earlier nod of support now buried under Tara's victory. Evelyn inhaled deeply, the pain in her legs a reminder of the fight, and decided to act. She raised her hand, her voice cutting through the cabin's hum, firm but polite. "Excuse me," she said, loud enough for nearby rows to hear. "I'd like to speak to the lead attendant." Heads turned, passengers shifting in their seats, some curious, others annoyed. The toddler's mother looked up, her eyes narrowing, as if Evelyn were stirring trouble again. The businessman grunted, still half asleep. Moments later, a new figure approached, his navy vest slightly wrinkled, his name tag reading Marcus. He was in his late 30s, with close-cropped hair and a nervous smile, his clipboard clutched like a shield. "Ma'am," he said, his voice low, "what's the issue?" Evelyn met his gaze, her judge's poise unshaken, and explained, her words measured but pointed. "I paid for first class, seat 3A. I was forced back here for no reason. The attendant, Tara, spilled coffee on me deliberately and insulted me. I want my seat and I want her addressed." Marcus's smile faltered, his eyes darting toward first class, then back to Evelyn. He hesitated, then nodded, his tone apologetic. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. Let me check the manifest." He tapped his clipboard, his brow furrowing, and after a moment, his face softened. "You're right," he said. "There's been a mix-up. We have seats open up front. Please, come with me." Evelyn's chest loosened, a flicker of triumph warming her. She stood, smoothing her stained blazer, her purse tucked under her arm, and followed Marcus down the aisle, her loafers silent on the carpet. Passengers watched, some whispering, "She's getting away with it," others nodding. About time they fixed it. The young woman with braids gave a small thumbs up, a spark of hope in the dim cabin. Evelyn's burns throbbed with each step, but she held her chin high, her dignity a shield against the stares. Marcus pulled back the curtain to first class, revealing plush leather seats, wide armrests, and a faint scent of lavender. He gestured to seat 3A, her rightful place, and offered a napkin, his smile genuine now. "Anything you need, just let me know," he said. Evelyn eased into the seat, the cool leather a balm against her aching legs, her purse resting on her lap. A flight attendant, not Tara, brought her a steaming cup of tea, its chamomile aroma soothing her nerves. She sipped it slowly, the warmth grounding her, her burns still pulsing but her spirit lifted. She'd fought back, reclaimed what was hers, and Tara's smirk felt like a distant memory. Evelyn pulled out her phone, her fingers steady despite the pain, and texted Nathan, her son, the CEO of Horizon. "Moved to first class, handled it. Keep an eye on Tara Mitchell." She hit send, the message a quiet victory, and leaned back, her pearl earrings catching the soft overhead light. The cabin around her buzzed faintly, first-class passengers sipping wine, their conversations a low hum. A woman in a silk blouse 2 rows up nodded at Evelyn, her smile tentative but kind. An older man in a suit raised his glass, a silent toast. Evelyn allowed herself a moment to breathe, to believe she'd turned the tide. Her phone buzzed, notifications piling up from her earlier post, now gone but still rippling online, some calling her brave, others questioning her story. She thought she'd won, thought Marcus's kindness meant justice was possible. Her fingers brushed her pearls, a habit from courtrooms where truth sometimes prevailed. But the air shifted, a chill creeping into the cabin. Tara's absence wasn't peace. It was a prelude. The curtain to economy parted, and there she was, Tara Mitchell, her blonde bun tighter now, her uniform spotless, her eyes burning with fury. She didn't approach Evelyn, didn't need to. Her presence was a storm cloud, heavy with intent. Evelyn's tea trembled in her hands, her instincts flaring. Tara moved through first class, her heels clicking, her smile forced as she served drinks, but her glances at Evelyn were knives, sharp and deliberate. Whispers spread among the crew, heads turning toward Evelyn, their warmth fading. Tara had been overruled, humiliated, and Evelyn knew a woman like that didn't retreat. She fought. Minutes later, during meal service, Tara reappeared, her tray, loaded with foil-covered trays, the scent of roasted potatoes filling the air. She paused at Evelyn's row, her voice loud, performative. "Oh, ma'am," she said, her tone syrupy. "I think this fell out of your purse earlier." She held up a slim black wallet, its leather gleaming under the lights, and dropped it onto Evelyn's tray with a theatrical thud. The cabin froze, passengers gasping, eyes locking on Evelyn. "That's not mine," Evelyn said, her voice firm, her judge's calm kicking in. But Tara's smirk widened, her eyes glinting with malice. "Really?" she said. "Because I saw it fall when you were fussing back in economy. Looks like someone's been naughty." The accusation landed like a bomb. The cabin, erupting in chaos. The woman in the silk blouse recoiled, clutching her own purse. The man in the suit stood, his face flushed. "Check her bag," he barked. "She's probably got more." Passengers pulled out phones, filming, their whispers turning to shouts. "Thief!" someone yelled. "Can't trust her kind," another muttered the word, kind dripping with venom. Evelyn's heart pounded, her burns forgotten, her mind racing. She opened her purse, dumping its contents, tissues, lipstick, a pen, no wallet, nothing incriminating. "I didn't take it," she said, her voice rising. "Look for yourself." But the damage was done. Tara stepped back, her hands raised in mock innocence. "I'm just saying what I saw, ma'am, no need to get defensive." The crew circled, Marcus now at the edge, his clipboard trembling, his earlier kindness gone. Passengers booed, their phones flashing, hashtags already forming. Talk thief on flight, talk first-class fraud. Evelyn's tea spilled, soaking her tray, her victory, unraveling into ash. She met Tara's gaze, saw the glee behind her mask, and knew this was no mistake. Tara had planted the wallet, turned her reclaiming of first class into a trap. Evelyn's fingers gripped her purse, her wrists aching as, if bound already, her burns a dull roar compared to the humiliation searing her soul. The woman with braids watched from economy, her phone raised but her face was pale, her courage shaken. Evelyn stood, her voice cutting through the noise. "This is a lie," she said, "and I'll prove it." But Tara's laugh was louder, a sharp, triumphant bark, and she turned away, her heels clicking back to the galley, leaving Evelyn surrounded by a sea of accusing eyes. The cabin roared, passengers chanting, "Check her, check her," their judgment a noose tightening around her neck. Evelyn sat, her blazer clinging to her, her tea cold, her phone buzzing with Nathan's reply. "I'm on it, Mom. Stay strong." But Tara's setup was a masterstroke, flipping Evelyn's defiance into disgrace. She thought she'd won her seat, thought justice was hers. She was wrong. Tara wasn't playing for seats, she was playing for blood, and Evelyn's fight had just begun. Evelyn Carter sat rigid in her first-class seat, the plush leather no comfort against the storm raging around her. Her gray blazer, stained with coffee from Tara Mitchell's earlier assault, clung to her shoulders, her pearl earrings dim under the cabin's harsh lights. The Horizon Airways flight from Atlanta to Phoenix hummed at 35,000 feet, but the air in first class crackled with hostility. Passengers glared, their phones raised, filming her like a criminal caught red-handed. Tara's planted, wallet lay on Evelyn's tray, a black leather lie that had turned her victory into a public trial. Her thighs still burned from the coffee, her purse open, its contents scattered. Tissues, a pen, lipstick, nothing to hide. Yet the cabin roared with accusations. "Thief!" a woman in a silk blouse hissed, her wine glass trembling. "Check her again," a man in a pinstripe suit barked, his face red with righteous fury. Evelyn's heart pounded, her 72 years of dignity as a judge under siege, but her voice stayed steady. Her eyes locked on Tara, who stood at the galley's edge, her blonde bun tight, her smirk a blade glinting with triumph. "This isn't mine," Evelyn said, her words cutting through the chaos. "I didn't take it, and you know it." Tara shrugged, her voice syrupy with fake concern. "I just call what I see, ma'am. No need to get loud." The passengers booed louder, their phones flashing, hashtags like "Akisi thief on flight" spreading like wildfire across the internet. Evelyn's fingers gripped her tray, her burns pulsing, her mind racing. She'd faced biased juries, corrupt cops, but this was a lynching in the sky, and Tara was pulling the rope. The young woman with red beaded braids from Economy peeked through the curtain, her phone raised, but her face was taut with fear, her earlier courage fading under the mob's weight. Marcus, the lead attendant who'd restored Evelyn's seat, hovered nearby, his clipboard shaking, his eyes avoiding hers, his kindness now a ghost. Evelyn's resolve hardened, her judge's instincts kicking in. She wouldn't beg, wouldn't break. She opened her mouth to demand a supervisor again. But Tara moved first, her heels clicking as she strode to a panel on the wall, her fingers snatching a radio. "Captain," she said, her voice loud enough for all to hear. "We've got a situation. In first class, possible theft, passengers causing a scene." Evelyn's stomach dropped, the word scene a deliberate twist, painting her as the villain. Passengers nodded, their whispers turning to mutters. Always trouble, should have stayed in economy. She reached for her phone, her hands steady despite the chaos, and dialed Nathan, her son, the CEO of Horizon Airways. Her call connected, his voice crackling through. "Mom, what's happening? I saw the video posts, I'm working on it." "They're saying I stole Nathan," she whispered. Tara planted a wallet. "It's a setup. Get me out of this." "I'm pulling strings," he said. "Stay calm. I've got you." She hung up, her pulse racing. Nathan's promise a lifeline. But the cabin's hostility was a wall closing in. Tara strutted back, her radio clipped to her belt, her smirk wider, as if she'd already won. Evelyn's tea sat cold on her tray, the chamomile scent sour now, her burns a dull ache compared to the shame Tara was weaving. Then a crackle split the air, the captain's voice booming over the intercom, flat and cold. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're investigating a report of theft in first class. Please remain calm while we handle the matter." The announcement was a hammer, smashing Evelyn's hope. Passengers gasped, their phones swiveling to her. The hashtag thought or first-class fraud trending faster now. The woman in the silk blouse stood, pointing. "I knew she didn't belong here, look at her." The man in pinstripes nodded. "Call security when we land." Evelyn's chest tightened, her victory in reclaiming her seat now ash, Tara's lie spreading, like poison. She met Tara's gaze, saw the glee in her blue eyes and knew this was no impulse. It was a plan, calculated to destroy her. But then a voice broke through, clear and sharp, from the curtain's edge. "That's not true," said a young woman stepping into first class, her teacher's badge pinned to her sweater, her dark skin glowing under the lights. Her name tag read Lena, and her eyes burned with defiance. "I saw it," she said, pointing at Tara. She slipped that wallet into her purse during meal service. "I was watching from economy." The cabin hushed, passengers exchanging glances, some doubtful, others intrigued. Evelyn's heart lifted, Lena's words a spark in the darkness, a witness to truth. Tara's smirk faltered, her hands twitching. but she recovered fast, her voice rising. "That's ridiculous. I'd never do that. She's just covering for her friend." The accusation was weak, but the passengers ate it up, their bias tilting toward Tara's uniform, not Lena's courage. Evelyn seized the moment, her voice calm but commanding. "Check the cameras, there's footage in the galley, prove who's lying." Marcus nodded, his clipboard steadying. "I'll look into it, ma'am. Let's keep this civil." For a moment, Evelyn felt the tide shift, Lena's testimony and her own call to Nathan building a fragile hope. She leaned back, her burns throbbing, her blazer clinging, but her spirit alight. Tara retreated to the galley, her heels clicking furiously, and Evelyn thought she'd bought time, thought truth might win. Her phone buzzed, Nathan texting, "Ground crews ready in Phoenix, we'll clear this, hold tight." She exhaled, her fingers brushing her pearls, a habit from courtrooms where justice sometimes prevailed. But the plane lurched, a violent jolt, shaking the cabin, cups rattling, overhead bins creaking. Passengers gasped, gripping armrests, the woman in the silk blouse spilling her wine. The seatbelt sign flashed on and Tara reappeared, her face a mask of outrage, her voice booming over the chaos. "See?" she shouted, pointing at Evelyn. "This is what happens when passengers cause a scene. She's disrupting the flight, endangering us all." The lie was audacious, twisting nature's turbulence into Evelyn's fault, and the passengers swallowed it whole. Lena shook her head. "No, that's not right." But her voice drowned in the uproar. The man in pinstripes stood again. "She's a menace, do something." Evelyn's hope crumbled, Tara's words a noose tightening. The captain's voice crackled again, this time sharper. "For the safety of all passengers, the individual in first class will be restrained until we resolve this, crew. Proceed." Evelyn's breath caught, her burns forgotten, her world narrowing to the sound of Marcus's footsteps. His clipboard dropped, his hands now holding zip ties. "Ma'am," he said, his voice flat, eyes avoiding hers, "we need your cooperation." Before she could protest, two crew members flanked her, their grips firm, pulling her wrists together. The plastic ties bit into her skin, sharp and cold, cutting through her dignity like a blade. Passengers cheered, their phones flashing, some clapping. Finally, she's done. The woman in the silk blouse toasted Tara. "Good call." Lena filmed, her face pale, her live stream capturing the horror. But the cabin's roar drowned her out. Evelyn sat, her wrists bound, her blazer rumpled, her tea spilled, her phone buzzing uselessly in her purse. Tara leaned in, her breath hot against Evelyn's cheek. "You should have stayed quiet, Judge," she whispered. "Now you're nothing." She straightened, her smirk a crown, and strutted away, leaving Evelyn in a sea of hate, her victory stolen, her name shredded. The turbulence steadied, but the cabin's judgment didn't. Passengers muttering, "Terrorist, thief," their words a chorus of racism Tara had orchestrated. Evelyn's wrists ached, the ties rubbing raw, but her eyes stayed dry, her judge's mind plotting, even as the zip ties held her still. She'd called Nathan, trusted Lena, thought truth was near, but Tara's captain had flipped the board, turning her into a prisoner mid-air. Her burns pulsed, her heart raced, but her fire burned hotter. A vow to fight, bound or not. Was Tara's lie too perfect to crack? Or did Evelyn have one move left? Drop a 1 in the comments if you're raging at Tara's setup, a 2 if you believe Lena's truth can save Evelyn, hit like if you're rooting for justice, and subscribe to see if Evelyn breaks free, because what happens when a captain picks the wrong side? Evelyn Carter sat bound in her first-class seat, the zip ties cutting into her wrists, each pulse a sharp reminder of Tara Mitchell's triumph. The Horizon Airways flight cruised at 35,000 feet, its engines a steady hum. But the cabin was a cauldron of contempt. Passengers in plush seats sneered, their phones still raised, capturing every twitch of Evelyn's face. Her gray blazer rumpled, coffee stains dark on her slacks, her pearl earrings dull under the glare of overhead lights. The scent of spilled wine and roasted chicken hung heavy, mixing with the sting of betrayal. At 72, Evelyn had faced worse. Judges who dismissed her, mobs who spat at her. But this, zip-tied midair, accused of theft, felt like a guillotine on her dignity. Her thighs burned from Tara's coffee assault, Her wrists throbbed, yet her eyes stayed dry. Her judge's resolve a steel core no plastic could break. Tara had vanished into the galley, her blonde bun a taunt lingering in Evelyn's mind. Her whisper, "You're nothing," a poison seeping deep. The woman in the silk blouse 2 rows up sipped her drink, muttering, "Should have known she'd cause trouble." The man in pinstripes nodded, his phone flashing. First-class fraud trending faster. Now, Evelyn's purse lay open on her tray, its contents exposed. A pen, tissues, nothing to fuel Tara's lie. But the cabin didn't care. They saw her black skin, her age, and believed the wallet was hers. Believed she'd disrupted the flight. Lena, the young teacher who'd called out Tara's plant, stood at the curtain's edge, her live stream still rolling, her dark eyes fierce but her hands shaking, her badge glinting faintly. She was Evelyn's only ally, her footage the only truth, and Evelyn clung to it, her heart pounding, not with fear but with a vow to fight. Her phone buzzed in her purse, Nathan's texts piling up. "Mom, I'm tracking this. Ground crew's on alert. Hold on." She couldn't reach it, her wrists bound, but his words were a lifeline. Her son, Horizon's CEO, pulling strings she trusted would snap Tara's trap. The cabin's roar had dulled to whispers, passengers settling into their judgment. Some filming, others gloating, serves her right. Evelyn sat tall, her burns a dull ache, her wrists raw, refusing to shrink under their stares. She'd been a judge, faced down liars, and Tara was just another, bolder, crueler, but not unbeatable. Her mind churned, plotting, even as the ties held her still. Then Lena stepped forward, her voice slicing through the hum. "I'm posting this, everywhere," she said, holding up her phone. "Thousands are watching, they're calling for justice, you can't hide this." The cabin stirred, passengers glancing at each other, some doubtful, others annoyed. The woman in the silk blouse scoffed, "She's just stirring it up," but a younger man in a hoodie hesitated, his phone lowering. Maybe she's right. Evelyn's chest lifted, Lena's livestream a crack in Tara's armor, its views climbing, 10,000, 20,000, hashtags shifting. Justice for Evelyn flickering online. She felt a spark, a chance to turn the tide. Marcus, the lead attendant, reappeared, his clipboard gone, his face pale, his earlier kindness buried under pressure. "Ma'am," he said to Lena, "please return to economy, we're handling this." Lena shook her head. "I'm not leaving until you check the cameras." She saw her planted, pointing at Tara's galley. Marcus hesitated, then nodded. "I'll pass it to the captain. Let's stay calm." Evelyn's hope flared, Lena's courage a beacon, her livestream a weapon Tara couldn't erase. She thought of Nathan, his team mobilizing in Phoenix, ground crew ready, his power bending the system to her side. The cabin lights dimmed slightly, the flight nearing its final hour, and Evelyn allowed herself to believe, to trust truth might prevail. Her burns pulsed, her wrists ached, but her spirit soared, tethered to Lena's defiance and Nathan's reach. Then the captain's voice crackled again, softer now. "We've reviewed the situation. New evidence suggests a misunderstanding. The passenger will be unrestrained, crew. Proceed." The words were a jolt. Passengers gasping, some muttering. "What? Evidence?" Marcus approached, his hands unsteady, a small blade in his grip. He sliced through the zip ties, the plastic snapping free, and Evelyn gasped, rubbing her wrists, red and raw, her blood rushing back. "I'm sorry, ma'am," Marcus whispered. "We got it wrong, please, back to your seat." Evelyn stood, her loafers steady, her blazer clinging, and eased back into seat 3A, the leather cool against her burns. A new attendant brought fresh tea, its steam curling, and Evelyn sipped it, her hands trembling, but her face composed. Passengers watched, some apologetic, others skeptical, the woman in the silk blouse looking away, the man in pinstripes silent. Lena smiled faintly, her live stream still rolling, 30,000 views now. And Evelyn nodded, a silent thank you, her victory fragile but real. She texted Nathan, "Ties off back in first class, keep pushing." His reply was instant. "Got it, Mom, we're close. Stay safe." She leaned back, her pearls brushing her neck, a courtroom habit anchoring her. The cabin felt lighter, the whispers softer, some passengers even smiling, one offering a napkin, small kindnesses blooming. Evelyn thought she'd won, thought Tara's lie had cracked under Lena's light. Her burns were a dull roar, her wrists sore, but her tea was warm, her seat hers, justice near. She was wrong. Tara emerged from the galley, her uniform pristine, her face a mask of fury, her eyes locking on Evelyn with predator's patience. She didn't speak, didn't need to, her silence a storm brewing. Evelyn's tea trembled, her instincts flaring. Tara's defeat too quiet, too clean. The cabin settled, passengers distracted by meal trays. But Tara moved with purpose, slipping behind Evelyn's seat, her hands hidden, a faint rustle betraying her. Evelyn didn't see it, couldn't. But the air shifted, heavy with intent. Tara knelt, her fingers swift, sliding a folded note under Evelyn's seat, its edges sharp, its words unseen but deadly. She stood brushing her bun and caught Marcus's eye, her voice low, urgent. "I found something. Captain needs to know it's her," pointing at Evelyn. Marcus frowned, hesitant, but Tara's nod was firm, her lie already spreading. She radioed. "The captain," her words muffled but clear. "Bomb threat, seat 3A. I saw her hide it." The cabin didn't hear, but Evelyn felt the shift. Marcus's face paling, his steps quickening toward the cockpit. Her phone buzzed. Nathan's text, "Something's up. Crew's radioing security. Stay sharp." Evelyn's heart sank. Her victory, unraveling. Tara's smirk reborn as she lingered near the galley, her eyes glinting with malice. Minutes ticked by, the plane descending, the lights of Phoenix flickering below. Evelyn sipped her tea, unaware of the note, unaware of the trap. The captain's voice returned, clipped, urgent. "We've received a security alert. Ground authorities are prepared. Please remain seated on landing." Passengers stirred, confused, some glancing at Evelyn, others oblivious. Lena filmed, her live stream, spiking 40,000 views, but her face was tight, sensing danger. Tara leaned against the galley, her smirk a crown, her plan unfolding. The plane touched down, tires screeching on Phoenix Sky Harbor's tarmac, and the cabin doors hissed open. Armed police stormed aboard, their boots pounding, radios crackling, faces stone. Passenger in seat 3A, their leader barked, "Stand up, hands where we see them." Evelyn froze, her tea spilling, her burns forgotten, her wrists still sore from ties now a distant memory. "What's happening?" she said, her voice steady but her heart racing. "I've done nothing." The officer pointed. "We found a note. Bomb threat. Your seat. You're coming with us." Passengers gasped, phones flashing anew. Hinger terrorist judge trending before Evelyn could blink. Lena shouted, "That's impossible, she's been framed." But the cops ignored her, their grips iron as they pulled Evelyn to her feet, her purse falling, her blazer tearing at the seam. Tara stepped forward, her voice soft. "I tried to warn them. She's dangerous." Evelyn's eyes met hers, saw the glee, the victory, and knew the note was Tara's, planted to bury her deeper than theft ever could. Her wrists ached, her burns screamed, but her fire burned hotter. Even as the cops dragged her toward the door, the cabin cheering, "Terrorist, get her out." She'd trusted Lena, believed Nathan, thought truth had won, but Tara's bomb threat had flipped the board, turning her from thief to national threat, and the war was far from over. Evelyn Carter stood trembling at the edge of first class, her wrists unbound but her spirit shackled, as armed police swarmed the Horizon Airways jet at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. The cabin reeked of spilled tea and fear, the plush seats now, a stage for her humiliation. Her gray blazer hung torn at the seam, coffee stains dark on her slacks, her pearl earrings glinting faintly under the flickering cabin lights. At 72, she'd faced courtrooms rigged against her, but this, dragged from seat 3A accused of a bomb threat, was a nightmare woven from Tara Mitchell's venom. The lead officer, a burly man with a buzz cut, gripped her arm, his, badge flashing, his voice barking, "Move, ma'am. You're under arrest for terrorism." Evelyn's burns throbbed from Tara's coffee. Her wrists ached from yesterday's zip ties, but her judge's poise held firm, her eyes scanning the chaos for a lifeline. Passengers jeered, their phones raised, filming her downfall. "Terrorist, get her out." Their voices a chorus of hate. The woman in the silk blouse clapped, her wine glass empty, while the man in pinstripes nodded. Knew she was trouble. Tara stood by the galley, her blonde bun pristine, her navy uniform spotless, her smirk a silent crow of victory. She'd planted, the note, turned Evelyn's fight for her seat into a national security crisis, and the cabin ate it up, their bias blinding them to truth. Evelyn's purse lay abandoned on her seat, her phone buzzing inside. Nathan's texts unseen. "Mom, what's happening? I'm at the gate." Her son, Horizon's CEO, was close, but the cops' grips were closer, pulling her toward the jet bridge, her loafers dragging on the carpet. Lena, the young teacher who'd live-streamed Tara's lies, pushed through the curtain, her badge bouncing, her voice cracking. "Stop. She's innocent. I saw Tara hide that note. I filmed it." Her phone shook. 50,000 views now, but the officers ignored her, their radios crackling. "Suspect in custody. Proceed to holding." Passengers drowned Lena's plea, shouting, "Lock her up." Their phones flashing, terrorist judge spiking online. Evelyn's heart pounded, her burns a dull roar. But she met Lena's eyes nodding faintly, a judge's gratitude for truth in a sea of lies. The jet bridge loomed cold and echoing, the airport's fluorescent glow a harsh spotlight. Evelyn stumbled, her legs weak, but she held her chin high, refusing to break. Tara stepped forward, her voice loud for the cameras. "I warned them," she said, tears welling, fake and perfect. "She threatened me, said she'd make us all pay." The lie was seamless, and passengers nodded. Poor girl, she tried to help. Evelyn's stomach churned. Tara's crocodile tears a masterstroke, painting her as the victim while Evelyn faced cuffs. The cops shoved her forward, their boots pounding, and she glimpsed the terminal. A crowd swelling beyond the glass. Reporters, travelers, phones everywhere. Her name already poison. Then a figure broke through. Tall, broad-shouldered, his navy suit sharp, his eyes blazing. Nathan Carter, 45, CEO of Horizon Airways, stormed toward the jet bridge, his badge gleaming, his voice a thunderclap. "Let her go. That's my mother. You're making a mistake." The cops froze, their grips loosening. The lead officers, buzz cut glinting as he turned. "What did you say?" Nathan stepped closer, his ID raised. "I'm Nathan Carter, this airline's CEO, and you're detaining an innocent woman. Release her now." Gasps rippled through the cabin, passengers lowering phones, the woman in the silk blouse gaping. "He's her son?" Lena filmed, her live stream spiking. 60,000 views, the truth gaining ground. Evelyn's chest lifted, Nathan's power a shield she'd trusted, her burns fading under the warmth of his presence. The lead officer hesitated, his radio crackling, then nodded. "Uncuff her. Let's sort this out." The cuffs clicked open, the metal falling away, and Evelyn rubbed her wrists, raw and red, her blazer sagging. She stepped into Nathan's arms, his hug fierce. "You're safe, Mom. I've got you." The cabin buzzed, passengers whispering, CEOs. "Mom, no way." Some rethinking, others defiant. She's still a threat. Tara's smirk vanished, her hands twitching, her eyes darting to the galley, but she stayed silent, her tears drying fast. Evelyn leaned into Nathan, her loafers steady now, her purse retrieved by Lena, who handed it over. "I got it all," she whispered. "We'll clear you." Evelyn thought it was over, thought Nathan's badge had snapped Tara's trap. Her burns pulsed, her wrists ached, but her son was here, the cops backing off, justice near. She exhaled, her pearls brushing her neck, a courtroom habit grounding her. Nathan glared at the officers. "I want names, badges. This ends now." And they nodded, stepping back, the crowd outside thinning, reporters shouting, "Mr. Carter, what's happening?" Evelyn felt the tide turn, her name not yet clear but closer, Lena's footage a lifeline, Nathan's power a hammer. She thought she'd won, thought Tara's lie had crumbled under her son's weight. She was wrong. Tara slipped into the galley, her uniform rustling, her face pale but her eyes burning, not with defeat but with desperation. She pulled out her phone, her fingers flying, texting a number saved as Vince. Planted note backfired. CEO's her son. Need you now. Outside, the terminal glowed, but a shadow moved. Vince Reed, a corrupt cop with a shaved head and a badge he'd twisted for years, reading her text, his jaw tightening. He'd worked with Tara before, shared her contempt, and now he saw an opening. Within minutes, doctored footage hit news outlets, a grainy clip showing Evelyn slipping the bomb threat note under her seat, her hand blurred but her face clear, broadcast on every screen in the airport. The crowd roared anew. Terrorist, liar, their phones flashing. Das Horizon terrorist trending faster than Lena's truth. Reporters swarmed Nathan. Is your mother a threat? Why protect her? Passengers from the flight nodded. I saw her acting weird, ignoring Lena's cries. It's fake. Check my video. Evelyn's heart sank, her hug with Nathan now a fleeting memory, the doctored clip a noose tightening. Her burns flared, her wrists stung, but her eyes stayed dry, her judge's mind racing. Tara reappeared, her smirk reborn, faint but lethal. As she blended into the crew, her tears gone, her trap reset. The cops regrouped, their radios buzzing, new evidence, possible rearrest, and Nathan's face darkened. What the hell is this? Pulling out his phone, barking at his team. Find that. Footage is source now. Evelyn gripped her purse, her phone buzzing. Lena texting. They're lying. I'm posting more. Stay strong. But the terminal's screens looped the fake clip. Evelyn's legacy. Decades of justice, shredded in real time. A traveler muttered, can't trust her kind. Another nodded, CEO or not, she's guilty. Evelyn stood beside Nathan, her blazer torn, her slacks stained, her burns a dull roar. But her fire burned hotter, even as the crowd's hate washed over her. She'd trusted Lena, leaned on Nathan, thought truth had prevailed. But Tara and Vince's lie had flipped the board, turning her from victim to global villain, and the war was only growing darker. Evelyn Carter stood beside her son Nathan in the chaotic terminal of Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, her gray blazer torn, coffee stains dark on her slacks, her pearl earrings catching the harsh fluorescent glow. The air smelled of jet fuel and sweat, the crowd's roar a tidal wave crashing over her. At 72, she'd faced biased juries and hostile rooms. But this, branded a terrorist by Tara Mitchell's doctored footage, was a public execution of her legacy. Her thighs burned from Tara's coffee, her wrists stung from zip ties and cuffs, yet her judge's resolve burned brighter, her eyes scanning the mob for a way out. Nathan, Horizon Airways CEO, gripped her arm, his navy suit rumpled, his badge pinned like a shield, his voice low. We're getting you out, Mom, stay close. The fake video looped on every terminal screen, Evelyn slipping a bomb threat note, her face frozen in a lie that had sparked a Horizon terrorist across the internet. Travelers pointed, phones flashing, liar, terrorist, their slurs cutting deeper than the cuff she'd just escaped. Lena, the young teacher who'd filmed Tara's setup, pushed through the crowd, her badge bouncing, her live stream at 70,000 views, shouting, it's fake, she's innocent, but her voice drowned in the chaos. Evelyn's purse hung, heavy, her phone buzzing with Lena's texts. I'm posting everything, hold on. But the mob didn't care, their hate fueled by Tara's clip and Vince Reed's corruption. Tara blended into the crew, her blonde bun tight, her smirk hidden but alive, watching from the gate's edge as her lie tore Evelyn apart. Nathan barked at his security team, clear a path now, and they formed a wedge, shoving through reporters, shouting, Mr. Carter, is she guilty? Why protect her? Evelyn's heart pounded, her burns a dull ache, but she walked tall, her loafers steady, refusing to shrink. They reached a black SUV outside, Nathan pulling her inside, the door slamming shut, tires screeching as they sped toward a downtown Phoenix hotel. The city blurred past, neon signs and palm trees under a 90-degree dusk. But Evelyn's mind was trapped in the terminal, her name poison, her decades as a judge erased by a single frame. Nathan's phone buzzed, his team reporting, protests. At Horizon HQ, they want you out, boss. It's bad. Evelyn sank into the leather seat, her blazer clinging, her pearls brushing her neck, a courtroom habit grounding her. We'll fix this, Nathan said, his jaw tight. I'm suspending Tara, pulling flight logs, we'll bury her. Evelyn nodded, her burns pulsing, her wrists sore, but her fire unquenched. Trusting Nathan's power, Lena's footage to claw back truth. They checked into a high-rise hotel. The lobby's marble cool, the clerk's smile forced, eyes flicking to Evelyn, recognizing her from the news. Their suite on the 20th floor was quiet, city lights sparkling below, but the TV blared. Evelyn's face looping, terrorist judge caught, airline in crisis. She muted it, her hands trembling, her burns a constant sting, and sat on the couch, her purse beside her, Nathan pacing, already on calls, legals drafting a statement. We're suing for defamation. Evelyn opened her phone. Lena's live stream now at 90,000 views. Comments split. Justice for Evelyn. She's a hero. Clashing with, lock her up, she's dangerous. She typed a post, her words measured. I'm Evelyn Carter, retired judge. I didn't threaten anyone. Tara Mitchell framed me. Watch Lena's video, see the truth. She hit send, the post spreading. Justice for Evelyn trending. Some retweeting, others raging. Liar, resign, Carter. Her chest lifted, the tide shifting, supporters rallying, a local news anchor questioning Tara's story. Was the note planted? New evidence suggests misconduct. Evelyn sipped water, her burns easing, her wrists less raw, thinking she'd cracked Tara's armor, Nathan's suspension a hammer, Lena's footage a sword. She leaned back, her blazer off, her slacks damp, feeling victory near, her legacy not yet dust. Nathan hung up, his face softer. Tara's off the roster. Mom, we're digging into her past. She's done. Evelyn exhaled, her pearls a quiet weight, justice closer, the hotel's silence a balm. Her post climbed, 100,000 shares, supporters tweeting, "Free Evelyn, fire the fraud." She thought she'd won, thought the mob's hate was fading, thought truth was rising. She was wrong. Tara, holed up in a crew lounge, her uniform shed, her bun loose, texted Vince, her corrupt cop ally, "They're suspending me. Fake videos not enough," hit her harder. Vince, his shaved head gleaming under a streetlight, grinned, already on it, and called a contact, a witness, paid to lie. By midnight, a new clip hit the news. A blurry passenger claiming Evelyn assaulted Tara mid-flight, grabbed her arm, screamed threats. The story absurd but gripping. Violent judge trending. The hotel TV flickered back on, anchors debating, is Evelyn Carter a victim or a thug? New testimony suggests violence. Protesters swarmed Horizon's HQ, signs blazing. Fire the Carters, no terrorists in the sky. Their chants echoing through Phoenix's streets, reaching the hotel's glass walls. Evelyn's post stalled, hate comments flooding. You attacked her, quit lying. Lena's live stream dipped, 100,000 views but losing steam, her voice hoarse. It's not true. I was there, but the witness clip was louder. Tara's, lie bolder. Nathan slammed his phone down. It's fabricated, I'll trace it. But his board called, voices sharp. Your mother's killing us, Nathan. Stocks down 10%, step down or we vote you out. Evelyn's burns flared, her wrists ached, her legacy shredding faster now. Decades of justice buried under a paid liar's words. She stood, her loafers silent on the carpet. We go live, Nathan. Now tell my story, stop this. Nathan nodded, setting up a stream. Evelyn's face filling the screen, her voice calm. I've served justice 40 years, I'm no thug, Tara's lying. Watch Lena's truth. The stream spiked, 200,000 views, supporters retweeting, she's innocent, fire Tara. But the hotel's windows rattled, a crowd gathering below, their shouts rising, liar, get out, bottles smashing against the street, glass shattering, like Evelyn's hope. Nathan's security radioed, protesters closing in. We need to move you. It's not safe. Evelyn's post slowed, the witness clip looping, anchors nodding. Assault fits her pattern, horizons in chaos. She grabbed her purse, her burns screaming, her wrists raw, and followed Nathan to the elevator. Her live stream cut, Lena's footage fading, truth slipping away. The lobby buzzed, clerks staring, guests whispering, that's her, the terrorist. They reached the SUV, Nathan gunning the engine, but the crowd surged, fists pounding the hood, signs slashing the air. No justice, no peace. A bottle flew, cracking, the windshield. And another followed, heavier, sharper. A brick sailing through the night, grazing Evelyn's forehead, blood trickling down her cheek, hot and wet, pain exploding like a star. She gasped, her hand flying to the wound, her blazer soaking red, Nathan shouting, "Mom, hold on," flooring the gas, weaving through the mob, their faces a blur of rage, thief, thug, terrorist. Evelyn pressed her sleeve to her head, her burns forgotten, her wrists numb, her vision swimming, but her fire burned hotter, even as blood stained her pearls. Her legacy, her name. She'd trusted Lena, leaned on Nathan, thought her livestream was enough. But Tara and Vince's lie had flipped the board, turning her from framed judge to violent outcast. And the war was now a battlefield of glass and blood. Evelyn Carter slumped in the passenger seat of the black SUV, blood trickling from her forehead where a brick had grazed her. The pain a white-hot pulse under the Phoenix night's 90-degree heat. Her gray blazer was soaked red at the collar, coffee stains fading into the chaos, her pearl earrings glinting faintly as streetlights flashed by. Nathan, her son and Horizon Airways CEO, gripped the wheel, his navy suit torn, his face taut. "Mom, stay with me. We're almost there." His voice cracking as he weaved through downtown's neon blur, the mob's chants, liar, terrorist, fading, behind them. At 72, Evelyn had faced worse. Courtrooms rigged, slurs hurled. But this, fleeing a crowd fueled by Tara Mitchell's lies, felt like a blade twisting deeper. Her burns from Tara's coffee a dull ache, her wrists raw from cuffs. Now this wound bleeding her strength. Her purse clung to her lap, her phone buzzing, Lena's texts piling up. "I'm posting the mob attack, it's viral, hold on." But the world saw violent judge, not truth. Nathan screeched into the ER lot of Phoenix General, medics rushing with a stretcher, but Evelyn waved them off, her loafers hitting pavement. "I'll walk," her voice firm, her judge's grit a fire no brick could douse. Blood dripped down her cheek, her slacks damp, but she strode inside, Nathan's arm steadying her, the hospital's sterile chill swallowing the city's roar. Nurses swarmed, their scrubs rustling, guiding her to a curtained bay, the scent of antiseptic sharp, monitors beeping like a countdown. A doctor, young, glasses fogged, stitched her wound, 4 quick loops, his hand steady. "You're lucky, ma'am, it's shallow, rest now, we'll check for concussion." Evelyn nodded, her burns pulsing, her wrists sore, the bandage tight across her scalp, her blazer discarded, a hospital gown loose on her frame. Nathan paced, his phone buzzing. "Board's freaking out, Mom." But Tara's suspended. "I made the call, she's off flights. We're digging deeper." Evelyn's chest lifted, Tara's suspension a crack in her armor, her livestream from the hotel still rippling. 300,000 views. Justice. For Evelyn trending, supporters tweeting, "She's a hero, fire the liar." A local news channel flickered on the Bay's TV, an anchor pausing mid-broadcast. New questions about Tara Mitchell's credibility. Passenger footage contradicts her claims. Lena's video of the wallet plant looping, 500,000. Views splitting public opinion. Is Evelyn Carter framed or is she the villain? Evelyn sipped water, her burns easing, her stitches itching, thinking she'd turned the tide. Nathan's hammer falling, Lena's truth rising. A nurse offered a blanket, her smile kind. "You're safe here, Miss Carter. Rest up." And Evelyn leaned. Back, her pearls gone, her purse on a chair, her spirit alight, justice closer. The mob's glass and fists a fading echo. Nathan hung up, his face softer. "Legal's on it." "Mom, we're suing Tara. Vince too. That cop's dirty, I know it." Evelyn exhaled, her gown rustling. The hospital's hum a shield, her legacy not yet dust, supporters rallying. A trending hashtag, and Free Evelyn, climbing 600,000 shares, some quoting her post, "I'm no thug, I'm a judge, believe Lena." She thought she'd won. Thought Tara's suspension meant the lies were crumbling. Thought the hospital was a haven. She was wrong. Tara holed up in a Phoenix motel, her uniform in a heap, her bun undone, hair wild, texted Vince Reed, her corrupt cop ally. "Suspension's not enough, they're rallying. Crush her now. Shaved heads on it." Vince replied, his badge tucked away, his grin feral under a street lamp's glow. He called a precinct buddy, leaking doctored mob footage. edited to show Evelyn waving at the crowd, shouting, "You'll pay." Her face twisted. The bricks graze a staged injury. By dawn, the clip hit every channel, anchors gasping. Evelyn Carter incited the riot. New video proves aggression. Riot judge trending, burying Lena's truth. 700,000 views in hours. Hate comments flooding. She planned it. Lock her up. The hospital TV blared. Carter's violence sparked chaos. Horizon stock plummets. And Evelyn's water spilled. Her stitches pulling. Her burns flaring. Her hope unraveling. Nathan slammed his fist on the chair. "It's fake, I'll trace it," but nurses whispered, glancing at Evelyn. Their kindness souring, one muttering, thought she was different. Another checking her chart, eyes cold. Is she faking it? Like they said. Evelyn's pulse raced, her judge's mind spinning. Tara's lie bolder, Vince's reach deeper, turning her haven into a trap. Her phone buzzed, Lena texting, "They're lying again. I'm reposting. Stay strong." But the new clip was louder. The mob's glass now her fault, her legacy, decades of justice shredded anew. Nathan's board called, voices sharp. "Your mother's a liability, resign or we're done." And he hung up, his face dark. "We'll fight, Mom. I'm not folding." Evelyn sat up, her gown slipping, her stitches tight. "We need witnesses, Nathan. Real ones, find them." But the hospital's air shifted, heavier, colder. A nurse stepping back, her clipboard trembling. "Security's coming, Miss Carter. There's a problem." Footsteps pounded. 4 cops bursting through the curtain, badges flashing, boots echoing. Their leader, a wiry man with a scar, barking, "Evelyn Carter, you're under arrest for inciting a riot. Step out of bed now." Evelyn froze. Her burns, screaming, her wrists raw, blood crusting her bandage. "What are you talking about?" "I was attacked," her voice steady but her heart sinking. Nathan shot to his feet. "She's injured. You can't do this. Show me the warrant." But the cops ignored. Him, their radios crackling, suspect resisted at protest. "Move in." The doctored clip looped on TV. Evelyn's wave damming, anchors nodding. Riots on her, horizons done. Nurses stepped back, one whispering, "I saw her on the news. Troublemaker, their trust gone. Tara's lie poisoning even this sterile refuge." Evelyn stood, her loafers missing, her gown flapping, her purse grabbed. "I'm no rioter. Check Lena's video. I'm the victim." But the cops seized her arms, their grips iron, pulling her toward the bay's exit. Her stitches pulling, pain flaring, her burns a roar. Nathan shouted, "Call my lawyers, this is harassment," and his team barged in, suits sharp, voices louder. "Show evidence or back off. She's post-trauma. You want a lawsuit?" The lead cop hesitated, his scar twitching, radios buzzing. "Hold for now," but they didn't release her. Cuffs dangling, her wrists trembling, her gown slipping, blood seeping through her bandage. The TV blared. Tara Mitchell speaks out. "I feared for my life." Carter's dangerous, her face tearful, a hero's mask. Vince's clip, her sword. Evelyn's eyes met Nathan's, her fire burning, even as cops flanked her. Tara's lie flipping. The board, turning her from mob victim to riot mastermind. And the war was now a cage closing fast. Will truth break through, or is Tara's trap too tight? Drop a 1 in the comments if you're furious at Tara's lies, a 2 if you trust Nathan's fight. Hit like if Evelyn's strength inspires you, and subscribe to see if justice claws back, because what happens when a hospital becomes a prison? Evelyn Carter stood trembling in the sterile hospital bay, her hospital gown flapping, blood seeping through the bandage on her forehead where a mob's brick had struck hours ago. The Phoenix General ER buzzed with beeps and whispers, but the 4 cops circling her, badges flashing, drowned it all out. Her gray blazer was gone, coffee stains a memory on discarded slacks, her pearl earrings lost in the chaos, her loafers replaced by paper slippers. At 72, she'd faced down corrupt systems, but this, arrested for inciting a riot based on Tara Mitchell's doctored footage, was a cage snapping shut. Her thighs burned from Tara's coffee, her wrists ached from cuffs and zip ties, her stitches pulled tight, yet her judge's fire burned hotter, her eyes locking on the lead cop, his scar twitching as he barked, "Step forward, Carter, you're coming with us." Nathan, her son and Horizon Airways CEO, shoved past his lawyers, his navy suit wrinkled, his voice roaring. "She's injured. You've got nothing. Back off, or I'll bury you in court. The cops hesitated, radios crackling. Hold position. But their grip stayed firm, cuffs dangling ready to bind her again. Evelyn's purse sat on a chair, her phone buzzing. Lena's texts piling up. They're lying, I'm reposting, don't give up. But the hospital TV blared. Evelyn Carter sparked riot. New evidence confirms. Looping Vince Reed's fake clip. Her wave to the mob damning. Riot judge spiking to 1 million views. Nurses glanced over, their warmth gone. One muttering. Saw her on the news. Troublemaker. Their trust poisoned by Tara's venom. Evelyn's pulse raced. Her burns a dull roar, her stitches stinging. But she stood tall, her voice steady. I didn't incite anything. I was attacked. Check Lena's footage, it's the truth. The lead cop smirked. Save it for the judge, lady. We've got orders. Nathan's lawyers, 3 in sharp suits, slammed briefcases on the tray. Show us the warrant. This is harassment. She's post-trauma. You want a federal case? The cops froze, the scar-faced leader stepping back, radios buzzing. Stand by, and Evelyn exhaled, her gown slipping, her fire unquenched. Nathan's power a shield. Lena's truth a spark. The TV flickered, an anchor pausing. Questions mount. About Tara Mitchell, but Vince's clip roared louder, Carter's dangerous horizon in freefall. The standoff stretched, minutes bleeding, until a hospital guard radioed, precincts reviewing, hold her here, and the cops retreated to the curtain's edge, cuffs unclipped but eyes hard, watching her like prey. Nathan pulled Evelyn to the bed. Mom, sit. We've got this. Legal's digging. Tara's done. She nodded, her stitches tight, her burns pulsing, sinking onto the mattress, her paper slippers crinkling, her purse clutched tight, a lifeline to hope. Hours later, Nathan's team struck gold, a judge dismissing the riot charge, no evidence, just lies, her bail secured, $500,000, Nathan's wealth a battering ram. The cops left, boots fading, the ER quieting, nurses avoiding her gaze, their bias lingering like antiseptic sting. Evelyn changed into borrowed sweats, her gown discarded, her bandage itching, and walked out with Nathan, his arm steady, the dawn breaking over Phoenix, 95 degrees, the city's pulse heavy with hate. Supporters rallied outside. Signs, high, free Evelyn, justice now. Lena's footage at 800,000 views, trending. Justice for Evelyn, clashing with Utah riot judge, splitting the skyline. A reporter shouted, Ms. Carter, are you guilty? But Nathan waved them off. No comment. Get us out! His SUV roaring through the crowd, their cheers a fleeting balm. Evelyn leaned back, her burns easing, her stitches sore, thinking she'd won. The charge dropped, Tara's lie cracked, her legacy teetering but alive. They reached a new hotel, low-key concrete walls, no marble, no stairs. Nathan locking the door. We're safe, Mom. I'm tracing Vince. He's the key. Evelyn exhaled, her sweats loose, her purse open. Lena texting, You're free, keep fighting. The live stream at 1 million views, supporters tweeting, She's a queen. Fire Tara. She thought the tide had turned, thought Nathan's hammer and Lena's truth had buried Vince's clip, thought freedom was hers. She was wrong. Tara, pacing a dim motel room, her hair loose, her uniform burned in a trash bin, texted Vince, her corrupt cop ally. Dismissal's not enough, they're cheering. Her end this now. Vince, his shaved head gleaming in a precinct lot, grinned, got a play, and slipped into a back room, planting a baggie of white powder in an evidence lock, labeled Carter, hotel raid. By noon, choppers buzzed, news breaking, drug bust at Carter's, hotel, trafficking charges, anchors gasping, Evelyn Carter's a drug lord, retired judge ran cartel, the lie absurd but viral, drug judge spiking to 2 million views, burying Lena's footage, crushing justice for Evelyn. Cops swarmed the hotel, boots pounding, radios crackling, room 402, Carter's here, move in. Evelyn sat on the couch, her stitches pulling, her burns a dull ache, Nathan on his phone, boards backing off. Mom, we're clear, when the door burst open, 6 officers flooding in, guns drawn, badges flashing. Evelyn Carter, you're under arrest for trafficking, 10 kilos, found in your room. Evelyn froze, her sweat slipping, her purse falling. What? I've never touched drugs. Her voice steady but her heart sinking, Tara's shadow looming, Vince's hand invisible but lethal. Nathan roared, "This is insane. She's framed. Show me the evidence." But the lead cop, a stocky woman with a buzz cut, tossed a baggie on the table, found it in her suitcase. "Carter, you're done." The TV blared, Carter's cartel exposed, Horizon stock tanks, and Nathan's phone buzzed, his team texting, "It's planted. We're on Vince." But the cops didn't care. Their cuffs clicking, Evelyn's wrists trembling, her stitches tight, her burns flaring, her legacy, 40 years of justice, now dust. Supporters outside dwindled, signs dropping, drug judge drowning their chants. Lena's live stream stalling, 1.2 million views but fading, her voice hoarse. "It's a setup. I know it, but the baggie was real, the lie perfect." Tara's smirk unseen but alive. Evelyn stood, her paper slippers gone, her sweat sagging. "I'm no dealer. Check my record. I fought for truth." But the cops yanked her arms, cuffs biting, colder than the hospitals, her bandage bleeding through, pain exploding, her burns a roar. Nathan shoved forward, "Call my lawyers. This is Vince. I'll prove it." And his team scrambled, digging into Vince's cop ties, finding a whistleblower, a clerk who'd seen him plant evidence before. But the cuffs held. Evelyn dragged to a squad car, her purse left behind, her phone buzzing. Lena texting, "Don't break. We're with you." But the hotel's concrete walls faded, the city's heat swallowing her. 97 degrees. The crowds, jeers reborn, drug lord, lock her up, their phones flashing. Horizon cartel trending, Tara's lie bolder, Vince's reach deeper, turning freedom into chains. Evelyn sat in the car, her wrists bound, her stitches leaking, her burns screaming. But her eyes stayed dry, her judge's mind plotting. Even as cuffs dug in, Tara's conspiracy flipping the board, turning her from riot victim to federal felon. And the war was now a jailhouse noose tightening fast. Evelyn Carter sat in the dim cell of a Phoenix jail, the concrete walls cold against her borrowed sweats, her bandage itching where stitches held her forehead together, blood crusted from a mob's brick. The air stank of bleach and despair, a flickering bulb casting shadows over her paper slippers, her pearl earrings long gone, her gray blazer a memory buried under Tara Mitchell's lies. At 72, she'd faced rigged trials, but this, locked up for drug trafficking on a planted baggie, was a noose tightened by Vince Reed's corruption. Her thighs burned from Tara's coffee, her wrists throbbed from cuffs, her stitches pulled, yet her judge's fire burned hotter. Her eyes fixed on the bars, plotting a way out. Guards paced the hall, their boots echoing, one sneering, "Carter, huh? Thought you'd be in a penthouse. Not here with your kind." His laugh a blade, slicing her dignity. Another muttered, "Drug lord judge. What a joke." Their racism raw, assuming her guilt because of her skin, her age, her fight. Evelyn's pulse raced, her burns a dull ache, her hands clutching her lap. No purse, no phone, just memory of Lena's texts. "We're fighting. Stay strong." Now distant as Nathan's voice. "Mom, I'm getting you out," lost in the squad cars. Or, her son, Horizon Airways CEO, was her anchor, his wealth and power digging for truth. But the cell's steel held her now. Tara's conspiracy, a vice. The TV in the guard's booth blared. Evelyn Carter's cartel busted, 10 kilos. Horizon stock crashes, looping Vince's planted evidence. Tracker drug judge at 3 million views, drowning Lena's footage. Justice, for Evelyn fading to whispers. 1.5 million views but slipping. The public's hate a tidal wave. Evelyn sat still, her stitches stinging, her sweat sagging, her judge's mind churning. Tara's smirk unseen but alive. Vince's badge a shadow pulling strings. Hours crawled, the cell's chill seeping into her bones. 90 degrees outside, but freezing here, her burns pulsing, her wrists raw, her spirit unbowed. Then a clank, keys jangling, a guard opening the gate. "Carter, you're out." Technicality. "Don't get comfy." His glare venomous. But Evelyn stood, her paper slippers shuffling, her sweats loose, her bandage tight. "Where's my son?" Her voice, steady, demanding truth. The guard shrugged, "Waiting room, move it." And she walked the hall, guards jeering, "Cartel queen." Back to your drugs. Their slurs a chorus. But Evelyn's chin stayed high, her fire burning, even as pain flared, her stitches leaking, her burns a roar. Nathan waited outside, his navy suit creased, his face haggard. Mom, we found a whistleblower, a Horizon clerk, saw Tara plant the drugs. It's on record. Judge let you go for now. Evelyn hugged him, her sweats clinging, her bandage itching, relief flooding, Nathan's arm a shield, his SUV idling. Let's get you safe, a hideout, no hotels, they're watching. The whistleblower's story hit the news. Tara Mitchell implicated in drug frame. Horizon employee speaks out. Trending. Tara lied at 4 million views, flipping the narrative. Lena's footage resurging. 2 million views. Supporters chanting, "Free Evelyn, she's innocent." Evelyn sank into the SUV, her burns easing, her stitches sore, thinking she'd won. The charge dropped. Tara's lie exposed, her legacy clawing back. They sped to a safe house, a dusty stucco bungalow on Phoenix's edge, cacti guarding the yard, blinds drawn 98 degrees, the air thick with desert heat. Nathan locked the door. Mom, rest. We're tracing Vince. He's behind it all. Legal's building a case. Tara's past is cracking. Racist firings? It's public now. Evelyn nodded, her sweat swapped for a loose shirt, her bandage fresh. Her purse returned. Lena texting, "You're out? We're trending? Keep fighting." The live stream at 2.5 million views. Justice for Evelyn roaring. Supporters tweeting, "She's a warrior. Fire Vince." She sat on a creaky couch, her stitches pulling, her burns a dull hum, sipping water, feeling the tide turn. Tara's credibility tanking. Nathan's team digging, her name not yet clear but closer. The TV flickered, anchors questioning. Was Carter framed? Whistleblower shakes Horizon case, and Evelyn exhaled, her paper slippers gone, her spirit alight, justice near, the bungalow's silence a haven. She thought she'd won, thought Tara's exposure meant safety, thought the desert hit her. She was wrong. Tara, holed up in a dive bar, her hair tangled, her uniform ashes, texted Vince, "Whistleblowers out, Carter's free, they're winning. Stop her now, Vince," in a dark alley. His shaved head glinting, grinned, got a crew, she's done, and called 3 ex-cops, burned out brutes loyal to his badge, arming up, bats, guns, orders clear, silence. Carter, no traces. By dusk, engines roared, 2 trucks circling the bungalow, shadows moving, Vince's hit squad closing in, their radios low, targets inside, move fast. Evelyn sipped water, unaware, her burns fading, her stitches tight. Nathan on his phone. "Board's backing us. Mom, we're suing Tara. Vince's cop ties are leaking." When glass shattered, a back window exploding, boots stomping, 3 men bursting. In, masks black, guns drawn, Carter down now, their voices gravel, bats raised. Evelyn froze, her water spilling, her stitches pulling, her burns flaring. What the hell? Her voice steady but her heart racing. Nathan diving for her. "Mom, run," shoving her toward the door. His phone tumbling, his suit ripping, a bat swinging, grazing his shoulder, pain flashing, blood blooming. "Get out," he roared, tackling one thug, fists flying. The bungalow a war zone, furniture crashing, blinds snapping, 99 degrees, sweat mixing with fear. Evelyn stumbled, her shirt tearing, her bandage loosening, blood seeping, her purse grabbed, sprinting to the SUV, her stitches screaming, her burns a roar. Nathan behind her, limping, blood dripping, keys in hand. "Go, go!" Tires screeching as bullets pinged the hood, glass cracking, the hit squad chasing, trucks roaring, Vince's voice crackling. "Don't let her escape, finish it." They sped through Phoenix's back streets, cacti blurring, neon signs flashing, 100 degrees, the city a furnace. Nathan's knuckles white. "We're clear, Mom. Hang on. Safe house. 2. It's ready." But Evelyn's phone buzzed. A text. From an unknown number. Tara's words chilling. "You can't hide, Judge. We know where you are." Fugitive judge trending. 5 million views. A leaked address. Their bungalow burning in viral clips. Carter flees drug bust. Cops hunt fugitive. Evelyn's stitches bled. Her burns pulsed, her shirt clung, but her eyes stayed dry. Her judge's mind plotting, even as bullets flew. Tara's trap flipping the board, turning her from framed judge to hunted prey, and the war was now a desert chase with death on her heels. Evelyn Carter crouched in the passenger seat of the bullet-riddled SUV, her borrowed shirt torn, blood seeping through the bandage on her forehead where stitches strained from a mob's brick, her thighs burning from Tara Mitchell's coffee, now a distant scar under Phoenix's 100-degree night. Nathan, her son and Horizon Airways CEO, floored the gas, his Navy suit shredded, blood crusting his shoulder from a hit squad's bat, his knuckles white. "Mom, we're clear." Desert motel, 10 miles, his voice ragged, eyes darting to the rear view. No trucks, no Vince, just neon and cacti blurring past. At 72, Evelyn had faced death threats, but this, fleeing Tara's killers, hunted as fugitive judge, was a knife in her soul. Her wrists raw from cuffs, her stitches leaking, her purse clutched tight, a lifeline to hope. Her phone buzzed, Lena's text fading. "I'm posting the chase, stay safe." But the world saw Tara's leak. Carter's hideout burned, 5.5 million views. Drowning tracker justice for Evelyn, now a whisper at 3 million. Evelyn's pulse raced, her burns a dull roar, her judge's fire burning even as fear clawed her. Tara's trap turning freedom into prey. Nathan swerved into a dusty lot, the Desert Star Motel, its neon sign flickering, rooms squat under a starry sky, 101 degrees, the air thick with sand and dread. He locked the door, blinds drawn. "Mom, rest. We're off the grid. Legal's on Vince. Tara's past is out. Racist firings. Dallas, Miami, it's viral. She's sinking, his phone buzzing, team texting, boards holding, we've got you." Evelyn sank onto a creaky bed, her shirt clinging, her bandage loose, blood spotting the sheets, her stitches pulling, her burns pulsing. But her eyes locked on Nathan. "Good, son. Keep digging. We end this." Her voice steady. A judge's vow. The TV hummed, muted, anchors flashing. Tara Mitchell's history exposed. Racist outbursts, fired twice. Horizon reels, trending. Tara lied at 6 million views. Lena's footage resurging, 3.5 million. Supporters rallying. Evelyn's a fighter. Free her now. A glass of water trembled in her hand. Her burns easing. Her stitches sore. Thinking she'd won. Tara's credibility tanking. Nathan's team closing in. Her legacy clawing back. Protesters hit Phoenix streets. Signs high. "Justice for Evelyn. Fire Tara." Chants echoing through the desert. 7 million shares. "Justice for Evelyn" roaring. Splitting the narrative. Anchors questioning. Is Carter innocent? New evidence shakes case. Evelyn exhaled, her purse open. Lena texting. "You're trending. We're with you." The live stream at 4 million. Supporters tweeting. "She's our queen. Jail Vince." She sipped water, her shirt sagging, her bandage fresh, feeling the tide turn. Tara's lies cracking, Nathan's power a hammer, justice near, the motel's silence a shield. She thought she'd won, thought Tara's exposure meant safety, thought the desert hid them. She was wrong. Tara, pacing a grimy safe house, her hair wild, her uniform ashes, watched the news, her past burning, Tara lied spiking, her phone buzzing, Vince texting, they're rallying, Plan B, now, his shaved head glinting in a warehouse, his grin feral, already moving. He rallied a crew, 4 ex-cops, scars and grudges, guns loaded, bats ready. Carter's son, he barked, grab him, break her. His plan a blade, sharper than the hit squad, bolder than drugs. By midnight, Vince struck, his team storming the motel, silent as shadows, cutting power, the neon sign dying, 102 degrees, the air, a furnace. Nathan stepped outside, checking the SUV. "Mom, I'll grab water, be right back." When hands seized him, a rag over his mouth, chloroform stinging, his suit ripping, blood blooming, dragged to a van, tires screeching, gone before Evelyn blinked. She sat inside, her stitches itching, her burns a hum, unaware, sipping water, when her phone buzzed, an unknown number, a live stream link, her heart stopping, Nathan's face filling the screen, tied to a chair, blood dripping from his temple, eyes defiant but gagged, Vince looming, his badge tossed. "Carter, surrender, or he's dead." His voice gravel. Tara pacing behind, her eyes manic. "Your son's blood's on you, Judge. Come alone, no cops, 1 hour. The warehouse's shadows swallowing them. Crew Carter kidnapped trending, 8 million views, a city gasping. Is Nathan dead? Horizon falls. Evelyn's water spilled, her stitches pulling, her burns flaring, her shirt trembling. Nathan, no. Her voice a whisper, her judge's mind fracturing, Tara's trap bolder, Vince's reach deeper, turning her son into bait. The motel's silence choked her, 103 degrees, her purse falling. Lena texting, saw the stream, I'm calling help. But the live stream roared, 9 million views, supporters tweeting, save Nathan, free Evelyn. But hate surged. She caused this. Lock her up. Horizon crisis spiking, burying. Justice for Evelyn, now 4.5 million. Evelyn stood, her bandage bleeding, her burns screaming, her stitches tight. I'm trading myself, Nathan lives. Her voice steel, a mother's vow. Her judge's grit a blade. Tara's smirk unseen but alive. Vince's gun a noose. She texted, Lena, tell no one I'm going. And slipped out, the desert swallowing her. 104 degrees, sand stinging her paper slippers, her shirt soaked, her purse left behind. A note scrawled, Nathan, I'm coming. Don't break. The warehouses. Address burned in her mind, a trap she'd walk into. Her son's life the price. Nathan struggled in the chair, his suit torn, blood crusting, his gag tight, but his eyes burned. Mom, don't, muffled, unheard, Vince laughing. She'll come, hero judge, always does, Tara shrieking. End her. She ruined me, her hair wild, her plan unraveling but vicious. Tara lied, fading. 5 million views. Her past a noose. But Nathan's blood, her leverage. Evelyn reached a gas station, 105 degrees. A cab idling, her stitches leaking, her burns a roar. I need to go, now. Her voice steady, the driver nodding. Where to, lady? And she gave the address, her heart racing. Nathan's face in her mind, his badge, his fight, her anchor. The cab sped off, Phoenix's lights fading, the warehouse looming, shadows thick, Vince's crew waiting, guns cocked, Tara's eyes glinting. Evelyn's trade a suicide, her son's life hanging. But she walked in, her shirt clinging, her bandage red, her burns pulsing. I'm here, let him go. Her voice a gavel, a mother's cry. Vince grinning, cuffs ready, Tara laughing. You're mine, judge, no CEO to save you now. Evelyn stood tall, her stitches splitting, her burns screaming, her wrists trembling, thinking Nathan was free, her sacrifice enough, justice near, her legacy teetering but alive. She was wrong. Vince's radio crackled, keep the son, she's ours. And Tara smirked. Both Carters, done. The warehouse door slamming, Nathan's muffled roar echoing. Evelyn's trade a trap, Tara's lie flipping the board, turning mother and son into prisoners, and the war was now a family's blood on the line. Evelyn Carter stood trembling in the shadowed warehouse, her borrowed shirt soaked with sweat and blood, the bandage on her forehead unraveling where stitches split, her thighs burning from old coffee scars, now faint under Phoenix's 106-degree midnight heat. Ropes bit into her wrists, tighter than any cuffs, her paper slippers shredded, her purse long gone, left in a desert motel. At 72, she'd faced mobs and lies, but this, tied up by Vince Reed's conspiracy, facing Tara Mitchell's manic grin, was a guillotine on her soul. Nathan, her son and Horizon Airways CEO, slumped nearby, bound to a chair, his navy suit torn, blood crusting his temple, his eyes defiant through a gag. Mom, muffled, unheard, his struggle shaking. The ropes. Vince, his shaved head glinting, paced with a gun, his ex-cop smirk venomous. You traded yourself, Carter, but we keep him. Both done. His voice gravel, Tara shrieking beside him. You ruined me, Judge. Your blood's my win. Her hair wild, her eyes blazing. No uniform, just vengeance. One Carter kidnapped at 10 million views. Phoenix frozen. Is Nathan dead? Horizon falls. Evelyn's stitches leaked, her burns pulsed, her shirt clung, but her judge's fire burned hotter, her mind racing, Tara's trap a cage, Vince's gun a noose, yet her son's breath, ragged but alive, was a spark. The warehouse stank of oil and rust, crates towering, a single bulb flickering, casting shadows like bars. 107 degrees, sweat stinging her wounds. her wrists raw, her heart pounding. Nathan's eyes her anchor, his CEO badge somewhere in the dust. His fight, hers. She'd walked into Vince's lair, trading herself, thinking Nathan would go free. Her mother's vow a blade. I'm here. Let him go. Now a bitter echo. Tara's laugh. Both Carters. Done. Flipping her sacrifice into a double trap. Fugitive judge. At 11 million. Drowning Lena's fading justice for Evelyn. 4 million views. The world believing Tara's lies. Evelyn's legacy. 40 years of justice. Ash. Her phone was gone, but she'd palmed a tiny voice recorder from the motel. A judge's habit, hidden in her sleeve. Its red dot blinking, catching every word. Vince's growl. Tara's shrieks. A lifeline she prayed would reach beyond these. Walls 108 degrees. Her stitches splitting. Her burns a roar, her wrists bleeding, but her voice steady. You won't win, Tara. Truth's louder than your gun. Vince spun, his gun rising. Truth. Huh. No one cares, Carter. You're a dealer, a rioter, a bomber. His laugh cruel. Tara nodding. Tell it, Vince. She's nothing. Her eyes manic, her plan unraveling but vicious. Tara lied, buried at 3 million. Her racist firings old news. Nathan's blood her new prize. Evelyn leaned forward, ropes cutting, her recorder rolling. Why me, Vince? What's Tara paying you? Her words bait, drawing confessions. Her judge's wit a scalpel, 109 degrees. Nathan's eyes widening. Mom, don't. Muffled, unheard, his chair creaking, his ropes loosening. A CEO's fight stirring, blood dripping, but alive. Her son, her reason. Vince smirked. Pay. Nah, it's justice. Your kind don't belong. Running airlines, judging us. Tara's right. You're done. His slur raw, the recorder catching it. Tara spitting. I saw her in first class, thought she owned it. Had to break. Her voice cracking. A racist's hymn. Every word gold. Evelyn's gamble paying off. Her stitches bleeding, her burns screaming, her wrists raw, but her fire blazing. Truth trapped in her sleeve. 110 degrees. The warehouse, a furnace, her hope a spark. Nathan rocked his chair, his gag slipping, his eyes signaling, keep going, Mom. Muffled, unheard, Vince pacing, Tara shrieking, finish her now. Her hands shaking, grabbing a knife, its blade glinting. Evelyn's heart stopping, Nathan's ropes, fraying. His fight rising, blood pooling, but alive, her anchor. Outside, Lena, the teacher who'd filmed Tara's lies, watched the live stream, 12 million views. Her badge pinned, her phone buzzing. FBI tipped. They're moving. She'd tracked the warehouse, her live stream spiking. ARG save Nathan roaring. 5 million supporters tweeting Evelyn's innocent, stop Vince. Phoenix's pulse racing. Is she alive? Horizon hangs. Lena texted allies. Tanya, the nurse from the flight. Rally them now. And Tanya called agents. Warehouse on 5th. Go fast. Her voice steady. A nurse's grit. The FBI scrambling. Choppers buzzing. 111 degrees. The desert awake. Evelyn's recorder a secret. Her trade a failure. Nathan's blood a price, but truth stirring. Lena's spark a flame. Inside, Evelyn spoke. Ropes cutting. You framed me, Tara. Coffee, wallet, drugs, bomb. Say it. Her voice a gavel. The recorder blinking. Tara laughing. Yeah, I did. Broke you good, Judge. You're nobody. Vince nodding. Planted it all. Cops eat. From my hand. Their confessions piling. Evelyn's stitches splitting. Her burns a roar. Her wrists bleeding. But her eyes locked on Nathan. His ropes loosening. His chair tipping. A CEO's fight breaking free. 112 degrees. The warehouse shaking. Crates rattling. Tara's knife rising. Vince's gun steady. Evelyn's voice louder. You're caught. Both of you truths. Out, her bluff a blade. Tara shrieking, liar, slashing air. Nathan lunging. His rope snapping, crashing into Vince. Gun skidding. Blood splashing. Mom, run. His voice raw. Ungagged. Alive. The warehouse a chaos. 113 degrees. Evelyn twisting. Ropes holding. Her recorder falling. Blinking red. Tara diving. For it. No, you don't. Her knife slashing. Missing. Vince scrambling. Nathan tackling. Fists flying. Blood pooling. Evelyn's heart roaring. Nathan. No. Her stitches bursting. Her burns screaming. Her wrists raw, but her fire blazing. Truth. On tape, her son alive, a spark in hell. Choppers roared, FBI breaching, boots pounding, flashlights slicing, freeze, drop it, agents flooding, Tara screaming, knife falling, Vince pinned, gun useless, Nathan gasping, bloodied but standing, ropes cut. Mom, you're safe, his voice cracking. Evelyn freed, her shirt soaked, her bandage gone, blood streaming, her burns a roar, but her eyes dry, her judge's mind clear. The recorder grabbed, blinking red. Tara cuffed, shrieking, I'm the victim. She framed me. Vince silent, his badge dust, the warehouse lit. 114 degrees. Lena's live stream spiking. 15 million views. Shaka Carter saved trending. 6 million supporters chanting Evelyn's free, jail Tara. Phoenix gasping, they're alive, horizon rises. Evelyn hugged Nathan, her stitches open, her burns pulsing, her wrists bleeding, thinking it was over. Tara caught. Vince down, her recorder gold. Lena's tip a miracle. Her legacy teetering but alive. Justice near. The FBI escorting them out. Choppers fading. Dawn breaking. 115 degrees, her name clearing. Justice for Evelyn at 7 million. Tara's lies ash. Vince's crew dust. Nathan's arms steady. Mom, we did it. His suit rags, his blood drying. Her son, her anchor. She thought she'd won. Thought the warehouse was the end. Thought truth had prevailed. She was wrong. Vince, cuffed but sly, slipped a call pre-arrest. His crew's backup, a bomb rigged at Horizon's HQ. Set to blow. Carter's fault. His whisper chilling. She's a terrorist, always was. The device ticking, unseen, unheard. News breaking. Explosion rocks. Horizon. Carter linked. Terrorist judge reborn. 20 million views. Burying, charring Carter saved. Evelyn's recorder useless. Her freedom ash, the blast smoke rising. 116 degrees. Tara's smirk fading in cuffs. But Vince's trap flipping the board, turning mother and son into bombers. And the war was now a city's ruins screaming her name. Evelyn Carter stood in the harsh glow of a Phoenix news studio. Her borrowed blouse crisp, blood no longer seeping from the bandage on her forehead, though stitches still pulled tight. Her thighs faintly scarred from Tara Mitchell's coffee, now weeks old under a cooling 100-degree dawn. Her wrists, once raw from cuffs, rope, and zip ties, trembled slightly, clutching a tiny voice recorder. Its red dot long faded, but its truth a blazing sword. At 72, she'd faced mobs, jails, and guns. But this, framed for bombing Horizon, Airways headquarters by Vince Reed's final lie, was a war she'd end on her terms. Nathan, her son and the airline's CEO, stood beside her, his Navy suit patched, scars fading on his temple from the warehouse fight, his eyes fierce. Mom, you've got this, his voice low, a rock in the storm. The studio's lights burned, cameras rolling, the city beyond the glass buzzing with chaos. One terrorist judge at 25 million views, a tidal wave drowning her name. Lena's charmer Carter saved at 10 million, a fading spark. The world split. Is Evelyn guilty, or is she framed? Horizon's ruins smoking, stock crashed, her legacy 40 years as a judge. Ash. Her purse was gone, her pearl earrings dust, her paper slippers swapped for loafers, but her fire burned hotter, her recorder a gavel. Tara cuffed, Vince hunted, truth her crown. The anchor, a sharp woman in red, leaned forward. Ms. Carter, you're live, tell us your side. Her voice neutral, but her eyes flickered, skeptical. The bombing's pinned on you. What's the truth? Phoenix wants to know. 101 degrees, the desert holding its breath. Evelyn's stitches itching, her burns a hum, her wrists steady, her judge's mind a blade, ready to carve justice from lies. Nathan's hand brushing hers, a silent vow. We end this, Mom. Together. She inhaled, her blouse rustling, and pressed play, the recorder crackling, Vince's voice spilling. Justice, huh? Your kind don't belong. Running airlines, judging us. Tara's hiss. I saw her in first class. Thought she owned it. Had to. Break her. Their confessions raw. Coffee, wallet, drugs, bomb note all planned. Cops in my hand. Every word a bomb. louder than Horizon's blast. The studio silent, the anchor's jaw dropping, cameras zooming, 102 degrees, Evelyn's voice rising. I'm Evelyn Carter. I fought for truth. Tara framed me. Vince burned my life. This is their crime, not mine. Her words a gavel, shattering Prar's terrorist judge, spiking justice, for Evelyn to 15 million views, supporters. Tweeting she's innocent. Burn the liars, Phoenix gasping. Is she telling the truth? Horizon rises. The recorder stopped. It's tape gold. Lena's live stream outside the studio. 12 million views. Her badge pinned. Her voice hoarse. Evelyn's free. Believe her, Tanya. The nurse from the flight. Rallying crowds. Signs high. Carter's hour. Queen. Jail. Vince. The city's pulse shifting. 103 degrees. The anchor stammering. This changes everything, Miss Carter. What's next? And Evelyn stood taller, her stitches pulling, her burns fading, her wrists strong. Justice. That's next. Dismantle their system. No one's seat stolen again. Her voice a beacon. Nathan nodding, his suit creased, his fight hers. Legals on Vince. Mom, we've got him. Outside, choppers buzzed. FBI closing in. Vince's trail hot. A tip from Tanya. Warehouse on 5th. He's hiding. Agents storming. Boots pounding. 104 degrees. Vince cornered. His shaved head sweating. His gun empty. No badge. No crew, just a man cuffed live on air. When Vince caught at 18 million views. Phoenix roaring, he's done. Free Evelyn. The bombings lie collapsing. Horizon's ruins not her fault. Stock climbing. Her legacy clawing back. 40 years of justice reborn. 105 degrees. Nathan's phone buzzing. Boards back. Mom, you're clear. Legal's filing. Tara's done. Forever. Evelyn exhaled. Her blouse crisp. Her loafers steady. The studio's lights softening. The anchor nodding. Respect in her eyes. You've turned it, Ms. Carter. What's your move? And Nathan stepped forward. His voice thunder. My mother's interim. CEO effective now. She'll lead Horizon. Fix what broke. No lies, no hate. The crowd outside erupting. Signs waving. Evelyn leads. Justice wins. Carter CEO spiking. 20 million views. Drowning. Charred terrorist judge. Lena's live stream at 15 million. Tanya's chants echoing. She's our judge. 106 degrees. Evelyn's stitches easing. Her burns a whisper. Her wrists free. Her fire a crown. Justice hers. Tara's cell a distant clang. Vince's cuffs a final snap. Her name soaring. A phoenix from ash. Nathan's arm steady. Mom, you did it. His scars fading. Her son, her anchor. She sat at the desk, a makeshift throne, her loafers crossed, a pen in hand. No purse, no pearls, just truth. I'll rebuild, she said. No one's worth questioned. No seat denied. Her voice a vow. The city cheering 107 degrees. Horizon's logo glowing, not a lie but a promise. Supporters tweeting. Carter's king. Lead on. Lena filming. Tanya clapping. The flight's coffee. Wallet. Drugs. Bomb. Cuffs. Mob. Fire. Kidnapping. Bombing. All battles won. Her legacy steel, 40 years shining. 108 degrees. Nathan smiling. We did it together. His suit patched. Her blouse a flag. The war over. Truth crowned. Justice reborn. She sipped tea. Her hands steady. The studio fading. Phoenix's dawn golden. 109 degrees. Her name clear. Her fight eternal. A judge. A mother. A leader. Tara's screams silenced. Vince's empire dust. The city hers. Horizon hers. Justice hers, thinking it was done. Her throne built. Her son safe. Her truth told. A new day rising. 110 degrees. Her stitches healing. Her burns gone. Her wrists strong. The world watching. Evelyn Carter, CEO. A name no lie could bury. A story no hate could end. Her fire a beacon. Lighting the desert. Guiding the lost. 111 degrees. Her tea, warm. Her heart full. Her legacy iron. The end near. The crowd chanting. Lead on, lead on. Forever hers. Forever true. Forever free. 112 degrees. The skyline hers. The war won. Justice crowned. A throne from ashes. Hers alone. 113 degrees, her eyes closing, her breath calm, her fight done. Or so she thought. 114 degrees, a shadow stirring, her phone buzzing, a coded email flashing. Unknown sender. Your win's not final, Carter. We're watching. A new cabal, racist, faceless, there, vow-chilling. We'll take your seat, your name, your blood. A justice for Evelyn at 25 million, but a whisper growing. Our Carter. Next, 1 million views, 115 degrees. Evelyn's tea trembling, her stitches tight, her burns reborn, her wrists tense, Nathan's eyes narrowing. What's that, Mom? His voice low, her fire flaring. A new war, not over, just begun. 116 degrees, her throne shaking, her legacy teetering, her truth a spark. The desert waiting, Phoenix holding its breath. Evelyn Carter, judge, mother, CEO, staring into the void, ready to fight again. 117 degrees, the email's shadow lengthening, her story not done, her war not won, her fire eternal. A beacon in the ash, 118 degrees. The skyline hers, but not yet safe. The end a beginning, her name aflame, burning on. Evelyn Carter's saga and racist flight attendant harasses elderly black woman, unaware her son is the airline CEO, is a gut-punch reminder that racism doesn't just sting, it scars, and fighting it demands unrelenting courage. Evelyn, a 72-year-old, retired judge, faced Tara Mitchell's venom, coffee burns, false theft, drug plants, a bomb threat, mobs, and a kidnapping, each lie escalating to crush her dignity. Yet, her fire never dimmed. Lesson 1. Resilience is a weapon. No matter how deep the system's claws dig, standing tall like Evelyn can shift the tide. Her recorder, a hidden truth catcher, flipped Tara's lies into confessions, proving lesson 2. Evidence matters. In a world quick to judge, facts are your shield, especially when bias paints you guilty before trial. Nathan's role as Horizon's CEO shows lesson 3. Power, when wielded for justice, amplifies the voiceless. But the email at the end. A new racist cabal's threat screams lesson 4. The fight's never over. Systemic hate morphs, lurking even in victory, demanding vigilance. Evelyn's rise to CEO wasn't just a win, it was a vow to dismantle what broke her, to ensure no seat, no worth, is ever questioned again. We learn to fight like Evelyn, smart, fierce, unbroken, knowing truth is a marathon, not a sprint. Her story isn't just hers, it's ours. A call to challenge every slur, every setup, every system that dares to erase us. What's your takeaway from Evelyn's battle? And how will you fight prejudice where you stand? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if her grit inspires you. Subscribe for more tales of defiance and share to spread her fire. Thank you for joining this journey. And here's to building a world where justice isn't just a dream, but a reality for all.